They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Barber. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now they'll throw with Allen. He gets it to Thomas. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on the third?
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Brandon Dunn able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Now Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Escaping the pressure right. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's got a good gain of 7 up. To the 37.
The tackle made by Jonathan Buster. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Second down and 3. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Looking for Shepard deep. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Jones. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, You want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try to make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. A quick pass here. He's got Shepard. Jones and Shepard with a connection there for a Giants first down.
And despite missing 4 games in 2020, Sterling Shepard tied his career high with 66 catches, and that led all Giant receivers, and he makes a nice catch there.
On first down, Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It was Daron Payne who got in there to make the play.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Jones.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Allen to throw it. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
On second down at 4, Jones. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. First down, Giants. Jones to Ingram.
And we always say, and I absolutely believe it, Evan Ingram is a wide receiver in a tight end's frame. 63 catches last year, en route to his first Pro Bowl nomination.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Off the bootleg, Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Third down, Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's pulled in at the 32. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To the air, Allen. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Throwing on first down is Allen. That is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Thomas brings it in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. A handoff for Gibson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Here's a give to Gibson.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson,
his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And Washington has taken the lead.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround, 96 out. That's into a crowd and intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, He's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. .154 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
Let's go, you tighten up. 552. Here we go.
On the counter, Gibson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll start out on the ground in Saquon Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
On first down, Allen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Dustin Hopkins for the Washington field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jones now. A final shot before break. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is going to be Shepard on the end around. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Only a yard on the
pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Here's a give to Barkley, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. He's got Slayton on the slant, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jimmy Moreland. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Gibson again. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down.
Let's go, D. 46 to Mike, 46. You.
Now Allen. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Allen now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Curtis Samuel exhibited a lot of versatility for 4 years in Carolina. Now his first year with Washington. Expect this football team to try to put the ball in his hands a variety of ways.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. A carry here for the big tight end. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll run with Gibson, and he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, he's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
A carry for Gibson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones there to make the grab. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. It's Barkley on the counter. Barkley, a first down and more. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 56 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Oh, they'll let the tight end Ingram run with it. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back now at FedEx Field. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. Off the play fake. Jones. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 46, boys, 46. 46 a month. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man.
Here's Gibson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Allen. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. I think probably just trying to draw him off there. It didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. On the return is Pettis. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. But it's going to be 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Deron Payne drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Allen going to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Washington on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Allen. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Jones. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
46, boys, 46. 46 to Mike.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Second and 8 coming up.
So Allen's going to look to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Jones. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again, Jones. And that is incomplete, 7 seconds remaining.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete.